I want to quickly introduce a strategy and mindset that's been really powerful for me as well as my clients and students for reinforcing habits that we value and for establishing new habits and setting ourselves up for success. It is the good, great, and best mindset where our strategies, our habits operate along a continuum rather than this all or none thinking that so many of us can easily fall into. Now, a couple things I really want to highlight first is that the language we use is very important. If you try this, you could use good, great, and best. I would suggest that whatever you label these things, it is positive language that helps you feel accomplished and successful. That is really important. Another thing, when you start establishing what your habits are going to be, it's best to get someone else involved, ideally a coach or a mentor, to help you blend your subjective experience with some objectivity so that you can establish what is your good, what is your great, what is your best. Now I'm going to explain this a little bit more. So let's say we're working on gratitude journaling, and that's a habit you really want to reinforce. So your good is the thing that you can absolutely do every day, no matter what. The absolute minimum that will still provide a positive for you. So even if you've got no sleep, you have no time to yourself, you have low motivation and energy, you can write down one thing you're grateful for. Okay? The great is kind of the average that is going to create the change you want to see. So more often than not, you believe you can do the great. Okay? Write down 3 things you're grateful for. The best would be like the top. Right now, your top range. What would you be able to do if time and energy were no factor? Okay? Write down and verbalize and share 5 things you're grateful for. This can look like whatever you want, but the key is to do this when you are in a good mindset, when you can sit down and focus for a while, and ideally if you can get someone to help you. Now I have examples here for exercise and nutrition as well. It's of course all going to be relative to you, where you are right now, and where you want to go. So this can be really, really helpful, a really helpful strategy. I want to give you another one when it comes to, let's say, relaxation. If you have kids, if you have a demanding job, maybe your good is, I'm going to take 5 deep breaths by myself in a quiet space today. Okay? Maybe that's all you can expect on a tough day. Maybe your great is, I'm going to take 10 minutes to meditate with my eyes closed. And maybe your best is, I'm going to go for a walk on a trail by myself for a half hour. So it's all relative. It depends on your goals. It depends on the habits that you currently have and that you've worked towards. But the idea is the good, using that language is really, really important. The good is still going to help you make a positive change. And on your worst days, you can still accomplish this and feel good about doing something. So whether this is for you or clients or students, it's important to also recognize that a lot of people, all of us have some insecurities, and a lot of people that come into a gym to see a coach or a trainer are not going to feel super confident in their ability to do things. So positive reinforcement, genuine positive reinforcement, is very important. So if we can establish a framework here where they're getting natural positive reinforcement by saying, I did my good thing 5 days this week. I did the great thing 2 days this week. Even if it's relatively small stuff, this is creating a positive feedback loop in the brain. We're building confidence and we're building on the success. And then over time, you can reevaluate, take inventory, and maybe the great becomes your new good. Maybe the best becomes the great, and maybe you've established a new higher limit for yourself. Very exciting, I know.